and a sunny day in London inside a big museum, kids giggle and explore treasures from long, long ago. But one little explorer isn't just looking, he's sniffing out a secret. That's Koochooloo, a fluffy pup with a nose for adventure. He's found something strange, an ancient clay cylinder full of tiny writing and big history. When Koochooloo leans in, the writing glows golden, like magic waking up. Koochooloo's ears perk up, his eyes sparkle. He knows this is a mission. Suddenly, a glowing portal bursts open behind the case. Light flashes, wind whooshes. Everyone stops and stare. Even the plants seem surprised. Inside the golden portal, history swirls like a dream, calling him closer. He takes one last look, then leaps into the light. Pasargad, Persia, 540 BCE. Koochooloo landed in a sparkling new world filled with sunshine, palm trees, and mystery. This was Pasargadi, the heart of a great empire where kings ruled and kindness mattered, the royal city of King Cyrus the Great. People in bright robes hurried past, holding scrolls, but something was wrong. Everyone looked worried. Somewhere inside the palace, a powerful message, the golden scroll, had vanished. But Koochooloo didn't just sniff around. He sniffed out clues. His nose twitched, his tail perked up. He could smell the trail of ancient trouble. Behind grand pillars, 2 guards whispered in secret, something about a shadowy thief. Koochooloo's paws padded forward. A scroll must be returned before history changed forever. He peeked around a corner, and there, at the edge of the garden, a girl with ink-stained fingers and sharp eyes. She would be his new best friend. And in a garden of blossoms and scrolls, Koochooloo's nose led him to someone very important. He sniffed the air. This place smelled like ink and clever thinking. A young scribe named Arya had been waiting for a sign, and here he was, wagging his tail. She'd read about ancient hero, but never thought she'd meet one with such fluffy paws. Together they traced the clues, footprints in ink, symbols and shadows. Arya began to write, but not words of fear, words of hope and history.
If the scroll stayed missing, Cyrus's dream of justice might disappear forever. The thief left signs. We'll follow them to the Chamber of Scrolls.
The thief left signs, she whispered. Justice was in danger, but now it had a brave girl and a braver dog on the case. Together they packed the clues in a plan. It was time to find the truth. The past was calling, and Arya was ready to answer. Deep beneath the city, where whispers echoed off ancient stone, the Chamber of Scrolls waited. Arya and Koochooloo entered the quiet scroll chamber deep under the palace. The walls were lined with old scrolls and books. Koochooloo sniffed around carefully. He was looking for something special. Arya followed him, her eyes wide with wonder. What secrets were hidden here? Koochooloo barked softly. He had caught a smell of golden seals. Right there, a golden seal, just like the ones used by the royal scribes. He sniffed closer and wagged his tail. They were on the right track. Arya noticed strange prints on the floor, golden marks like tiny stamps. They followed the trail carefully, step by step. Suddenly, Koochooloo stopped. Someone was coming. Arya grabbed Koochooloo and hid behind a wall. Peeking out, they saw a familiar figure enter the room. It was the royal scribe, the one trusted by the king. He looked around. Was he here to help, or was he hiding something? Quiet as a shadow, Zarnak slipped through a long, dark hallway beneath the palace. Curious and brave, Koochooloo followed him, paws padding softly over the ancient stone floors. At the end of the passage, Zarnak entered a hidden chamber. The glowing walls shimmered with ancient Persian symbols, and there, on a pedestal glowing like sunlight, sat the golden Foreword scroll of justice, powerful and full of hope. But they weren't alone. From the shadows stepped Zarnak, once a trusted scribe, now twisted by greed and anger.
Cyrus's kindness makes them weak. The people don't need peace, they need fear.
Zarnak reached out to steal the scroll, but Koochooloo was faster. With a leap and a bark, snatch! The scroll was safe in his mouth. Arya's eyes lit up. She dashed to the wall and yanked a hidden lever. Clang! Heavy stone doors slammed shut, trapping Zarnak behind them. The scroll was safe, and history had just been rescued. On a golden morning, the great square of Pasargad sparkled like a jewel. People from every village and valley had gathered, dressed in colorful robes, flowing silks, and shining ornaments. It was a day of joy, the day of the scroll. At the center of it all, high on a platform of carved stone lions and tall columns, stood King Cyrus the Great. He held the golden scroll of justice high in his hands, the same scroll Koochooloo and Arya had helped bring home. Near the crowd, Arya stood beside her brave little friend. She smiled down at Koochooloo, who puffed up his chest proudly. Koochooloo looked up at Arya. She knelt and gently stroked his fur. "You did it," she whispered. "Because of you, the king's dream lives on." Then the crowd grew quiet as King Cyrus spoke. His voice was strong, but kind.
"From this day forward, all peoples shall live free. They may speak their own languages, believe in their own ways, and walk their lands in peace. No one shall rule by fear. Let this scroll be carved in clay, so its words may live forever, not only for Persians, but for all humankind."
As his voice echoed across the square, the people cheered again. The scroll had come home, and history had been set right. And standing there, in the middle of it all, with a brave heart who made sure the world would never forget. Back in the bright and busy museum, sunlight glowed across marble floors, and visitors strolled between glittering displays. In the center of it all, resting safely in a glass case, was the ancient Cyrus Cylinder, a clay treasure full of stories from long, long ago. Suddenly, whoosh! A swirl of golden light spun into view. A shimmering portal opened, sparkling with magic, and out leapt Koochooloo. His silky fur shimmered as he landed near the glass case, his paws light and proud. The Cyrus Cylinder glowed gently, as if it remembered its own journey through time. Koochooloo gazed up at the ancient scroll's clay form. The artifact resting in peace, surrounded by curious visitors once again. A friendly tour guide stepped forward, clipboard in hand, ready to share the story of a king, and a little dog who helped history shine. Koochooloo turned to the camera, his tail wagged. He reminded us all, sometimes even the smallest heroes protect the biggest stories.